side sits oil and gas. They've been drilling for it in the traditional way for decades, but fracking could take extraction here to another level. The medieval village of Singleton is in the South Downs National Park. Tomorrow they'll find out who's won the licence to frack deep beneath their feet.
The local community will benefit from funding that's given to us by the government. I think the downside could be that it will disrupt village life. This is a really quiet conservation area.
Do you believe it's safe?
Safe. I think everything carries risks.
Reserves of shale oil and gas have been found all over the UK, but some are located under national parks and other protected sites. MPs have voted to allow companies to frack below national parks, areas of outstanding natural beauty and World Heritage sites. Although fracking will have to take place at least 1,200 metres underground, and wells will have to be drilled outside protected areas.
Fractures from fracking simply aren't tall enough to go from 1,200 metres under the surface to water supplies beneath our feet. So fracking is not a good mechanism or a sensible mechanism for causing contamination of water supplies.
The government has pledged to go all out for shale oil and gas, which has the potential to create jobs, lower energy bills and Britain's CO2 emissions. But not all MPs are convinced.
The government's decision to allow fracking to take place in some of our most beautiful places in the country, national parks, of which I have to say I have 2 in my patch, but areas of outstanding natural beauty across the country, that's unacceptable.
Exploiting shale oil and gas may be in the national interest, but there's been some pretty stiff local opposition. The government is now threatening to intervene in planning decisions. Resistance will not be allowed to get in the way. The government talking up fracking for 3 years now. In that time, not a single shale well has been drilled. So since the election, we've seen the government attempting to speed things up a bit, even if that means upsetting people in the South Downs, parts of the world where there's a tendency to vote Tory. Now, enthusiasts will point at the United States and the shale gas revolution there and say, look, this is something to be excited about. Be sceptical. In Britain, we're at the exploration stage. We know how much oil and gas is down there. We don't know how much it will cost to bring it up. It could be too expensive.